Just a word about discussions I've gotten done grading week 3. Most people did excellent work. Okay, we're talking the modules discussions, right? You won't be having a discussion this week. Going into week 4, you get a worksheet and also, very importantly, a second milestone. But I'm going to talk just for a moment about discussion posts. Okay. Here is this is the mandated rubric, okay, for every discussion that you have in this class and in general at Southern New Hampshire University, right? You have to write 1 to 2 paragraphs, not a sentence, going, "Wow, that's really kind of crazy, isn't it?" That's not a discussion post, okay? It says consider content from other parts of the course when appropriate. Use proper citation methods. Again, I'm going to start giving, this is the last week where I've extended a sort of the okay for such stuff. Beginning in subsequent discussions, you'll get a 0 in the writing part if you don't include a reference. This is not a free-form discussion about what you think. It's not a chat. It's not a conversation. It is a guided discussion. And most people do excellent work. You read, you read. I mean, some people went way off topic. I'm not gonna, you know who you are when you read your material. About going off topic, okay? Basically, if you ground your discussion first before you post your initial discussion post, do not just read the text of the discussion and then respond. A lot of people just read the text of the discussion. It was clear that you did not read the chapter. This discussion, particularly that we just went over, was on agents of socialization, and there are only a few of them, and you really have to think in these sort of lines. This is not a creative writing course or a course in personal reflections. Many people just went ahead and wrote about some gender issue. They picked up on the text of the question assignment without reading the material in the text. Where people were successful was talking about gender socialization, and they talked about agents of socialization, like how the family might socialize us to different gender roles, or how some people talked successfully about how the education system did. Many of you just did a kind of halfway, a sort of like perfunctory reading of the assignment and goes, "Oh, it's about gender," and then you just started banging away and write me, "No, it's not. This is about how you were socialized, from childhood, how your norms, values, and incorporated into your personality from childhood." And most of you who read the material, most of you did excellent work, knew this. Those who didn't, not only did they just start banging away based on what they saw in the discussion text, which is not sufficient, they also did not provide a citation. You must provide a citation, number 1. Number 2, you have to respond to your classmates. Now, I'm pretty wide open about this, right? You have to go pretty far afield and demonstrate no real connection to the topic for me to say if you've written, if you've done good faith effort in a response. The latitude's pretty much there, but you can't just write anything. "Oh, I think this is great, blah, blah, blah," and then start talking about, I don't know, the time you went down to the convenience store or whatever. That might be an interesting story, but it doesn't have anything to do with, what the topic is. You've got to stay, in other words, I'm not trying to be mean, but you got to stay on topic. There are topics here. This is a class. There's subjects. There's language. Norms, values. When I see that language, I see, great, somebody's done the reading, right? And then you're writing. Okay, have you written well? Did you fully answer it? It only takes a couple of solidly written paragraphs. Did you write me a sentence? This ain't going to do. Also, no matter how well your initial post is of engagement, if you choose not to respond to a classmate, and I have a screen that says 0 responses, I have no latitude in grading other than to give you a 0, and that takes your grade down to at best a C- for that discussion post. Now, we all have days, when stuff is happening. I understand that. But I don't have any latitude here. I've got to discuss, I've got to grade this. I hope this gives you a good sense of what's going on, in terms of these discussions. Most people did excellent work.